One way to solve 23 times 38 is with a model. What we can do is we can take this grid paper and actually create an array that is 23 squares by 38 squares. Now that I have outlined 38 squares by 23 squares, I can actually go through and count each individual square if I so chose to. But that just seems like a lot of time to waste. So what I can actually do is break this into some easier squares or amounts that's easier to work with. You notice here, instead of having the 23 that I do have, I can actually have broken it up and think about having the 20 here plus the 3 here. In the same way, instead of having 38 here, I can actually view it as 30 plus 8. Now, I can use some strategies to actually help figure out this. So, if I had 30 times the 20, I can actually figure out that that right here is 600 little squares. I can use that same strategy with 30 across times the 3 high to get me 90 squares here. Over here, I have got 20 high times 8 across to get 160 squares. Finally, I have the small area here, 3 high times 8 across, which equals 24. I can then add those different parts, 600 plus 160 plus 90 plus 24 to end up with 874, which is the total. By breaking it apart, I can then realize that 38 times 23 equals 874. Creating a model is one way to solve a multiplication problem, but it is probably not the most efficient. So let's take our knowledge of this model to explore some different ways that we can multiply two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers.